So it's driving me insane, really insane. I come to the shopping mall and all you see is people wearing two frigging masks. Two masks, plastic gloves and a shield. Kids with at least one mask on. Saw a toddler just now and that's what's really pissed me off. A toddler running around, uncontrollable by his mother, but wearing a mask. It's like in the land of the zombies. Good woman took a mask off. I've got one on, just under my nose. I just had to buy it. I actually came out without a mask. So I had to go to the store to get a mask. I'll show you what it looks like. I look like a dick. 1 minute. So it's one of these. It doesn't fold over like the other masks. You know, it's kind of fixed position. I feel like a painter. I'm not a painter. I'm not a zombie either. Really hate it. It's getting on my nerves. I want to get out of here. I mean, this is Mega Bangna and it's doing well. What day is it? Wednesday. So Wednesday and it's 1 in the afternoon. So it's pretty busy. I've got to go down to Silom, see some suppliers over there. I had to stop off here on the way, and I wish I didn't. Look at this guy on the phone with 2 masks on. Social distancing. Look, good man. Yeah. Look, they're all social distancing. I don't know what it's like in the country where you are currently, or how it was, but I think everyone's gone through this absolute insanity, absolute madness. I've been walking around like this. When I first came in, there was the security, and you've got the hand sanitizer and the temperature scanner, and of course I have to wear a mask. I just walked straight through. I was prepared. If it was going to say anything to me, I was just going to keep walking. Like, I don't understand. Another kid wearing a mask. I don't know. What hope is there? What's this prick is probably going to say something. I'm leaving anyway, so pee off. What's the hope for the future? You tell me. When the population is so malleable and so conforming. And yeah, there was a young couple in the department store. Silom. Pai Silom Cup. Try JTC Holiday Inn. Look at this. You feel safe? It's madness. Seriously.
Okay, it's
madness. I think I'm worked up because they've gone after the kids and they're being successful. I saw a poll that something like 3 out of 10 Americans under no circumstances are going to vaccinate their 5 to 11-year-old. Primary reason, they don't know the side effects. They're concerned for the side effects, immediate and long term. It was broken up into two: side effects and long term. What's the difference? So maybe you suffer a slight side effect now, a slight adverse event, but what about in 10 or 20 years from now? We don't know. So they've gone after the kids. They've been successful. I know someone with a 10 or 11-year-old, and my neighbor, 11 years old, daughter, single, only child, been vaccinated. So I just can't stand it. I know my kids are well educated. They know how to think. And yeah, they're my concern, but it doesn't stop me from empathize. I feel terrible. You know, it feels to me like child abuse, and I can't do anything about it. And if I try and say anything, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I want to keep our kids safe, not just my kids, but all kids. And it opens your eyes. This opens your eyes. I mean, I knew it since forever. I understood it at school about the brainwashing and everything else and the school system. So when my kids were born, I've always taught them everything. I mean, I was teaching them stuff from day one, and people around me would say, "Oh, they're too young for that. You can't." No, they're not too young for that. I gotta keep calm. I'll show you the outside. I don't like what I've got on my face. See, I keep fidgeting with the mask. But anyway, yeah, my kids, if something happens to me, God forbid, I feel that my kids already have enough to them to get by and to live by the things that I've taught them, and to build on the things that I've taught them. But the other kids around in the neighborhood and other kids that I see, they're just lost. They're lost in, I'm not saying all kids, but there's certainly a significant majority. Look at that building, quite nice. Coming onto the tollway. I don't know what the future's gonna be. It can't be good. It can't be good when people are so desensitized. When parents are so desensitized. They're just here. When parents are just I don't know, they let institutions parent their children. They are in themselves just substitute parents. They're part-time parents. They're not really parenting their kids. They're just bringing their kids up, but they're letting the education of the kids. It's like when we eat out and we see families and couples and they're just on the telephone or on the iPad. The other day we were at a restaurant and there was a little kid on the floor. Okay, he must have been a toddler, not even 2, on the floor of the restaurant with an iPad. And that's it. The parents, you know, it's keep the kid quiet, keep the kid entertained. Whereas I believe that there's appropriate behavior for appropriate times. You know, they want to run around. it's okay. It's the playground, not in a department store or when sitting down to eat in a restaurant. You eat, it's on the dinner table. It's not on the sofa watching TV. Now I'm looking at other things. I'm looking at food. It's just opened my eyes to so many things that maybe before I was aware, but I just never understood the significance of them. So, an example, processed meats. So, ham would be, if it's cooked, it would be a brownish color. So, how is a processed meat pink? Sausages, chicken sausages, they're pink, but chicken meat is white. Look into it, and look into why it's potentially harmful in quantity. They don't even know. But you look at the cancer rates, and you think it's just out of nothing, or you think it's just pollution from the cars. You think the meat industry is any better than the processed food industry is any better than the tobacco industry? If you think that, then you're just unaware of reality. I was aware of it, but I never gave it the significance that I should have done in terms of just potentially how deadly it could be to me and my kids in our future, for our future health. So that's off the table now. And it's just an example of how I have been going through life desensitized to things that I should be concerned about, things that I should be aware of and take into consideration. I just brush it aside as, well, it's FDA approved, well, it sells well, it's popular, it can't be that bad, it's got some, I mean, there was a famous drink, I won't mention the name, it had the name Sun, and it was an orange, okay, so you figure out the rest of it, and it was like 30% sugar, but they were promoting it solely on its vitamin C content as being healthy. Very delightful, isn't it? I think you can connect the dots as to what brand. And advertising it as healthy and showing little kids drinking it. And I remember we've got advertising standards. I'm in the jewelry business. I cannot sell 18 karat gold that's under 75% gold. The content must be minimum 75%. If it's just 1% under, it's 14 karat. It's not classed as 18 karat. So it's just, you got to re-examine what's the world around you and the things that you kind of know or you feel you've got like a gut instinct. Don't ignore it. Look into it some more. Learn about it for yourself, and then decide based on the information that you learn whether it's worthwhile or not, and whether there are alternatives. And there's alternatives to sausages, and there's preparing food at home. Just an example for you. And when it comes to vaccines, or this one in particular, so I'm restricted, I can't travel, fine, so be it, I won't travel. Great, I'll save some money instead. There are alternatives, there's a flip side to the coin. I don't buy Johnson & Johnson because of their talcum powder. That's just one, that's the core reason. But the talcum powder that's laced with asbestos that they knew, it contains asbestos, over 34,000, primarily women. You've got the everyone should be a feminist movement, and it's complete silence. No one's talking about it. They've got cancer, terminal cancer in many cases because of the asbestos. in the talcum powder that Johnson & Johnson for 20 years was selling knowingly, knowing it's got asbestos. And then what they do, they take the talcum powder brand, put it into a different entity, company entity that's based in Texas, and declare it bankrupt. So they don't need to pay out. I mean, what is that? And so for me, it's not okay. I'm not buying their goods. I'm sorry. I'm not going to contribute to that. I'm not going to be a part of that. And I'm far from a feminist. I think feminism is rather evil. I think that's why you've got so many women that are clinically depressed. Because they're sold a bill of lies. In terms of what life is about and where there's value. So I'm not buying Johnson & Johnson. I don't buy Gillette because they offended me. I was a buyer. I liked it when it was the best a man can get and we're all freaking heroes. Now it's white men are villains. Other men are not. Other men, you know, they stop the villain. Hey dude, don't behave like that. When a white guy's looking at a woman walking down the street. What on earth was that advert? Well, I dumped my Gillette products. I dumped them. I didn't even, and I'm stingy. You know, I'll add water to my shampoo when it's at the end, so I get all of it out of it. I'm not wasteful. I dumped it. I threw it all out, and I found other products. Why would I use Gillette? Why would I give them my money? Who else? Nike with Colin Kaepernick. I'm offended by it. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm too sensitive and I shouldn't be offended. But I am, and I'm doing something about it. I'm not an activist. Also, plastic. So no plastic bags. Okay, fine, no plastic bags. I'm fine with that. But then I look at the products being sold in the supermarket, and they've got chocolate. The cubes of the chocolate are individually wrapped. That didn't exist 2 years ago. So we banned plastic for us as individuals, but then big industry increases its usage of plastic. What's the freaking point? Global warming, but apples come to England from Chile. England, #1 on the planet used to be for apples. Why is lamb coming from New Zealand? I've said it before, but it's a very good point. Why is lamb from New Zealand being sold in England when England has its own bloody lamb? Our industry's been decimated. So we can import from countries the other side of the globe, and they didn't swim to England on the back of dolphins. Yet somehow I'm responsible for global warming, and the onus is on me, not on the big industry. It's a freaking joke. It's all a tool to control us. And I am not participating in it anymore. What does that mean, not participating? There are rules, right? Well, no. I am literally out of the box. I want to go off grid. My kids are mine. They are my kids, not the government's, not the schools, not the local health authority. No, Trong Pai, Holiday Inn cab. There we go. We're taking a look at Silom Road. Pat Pong is just down here. This is Saladeng, the station just above. You saw those stairs just there. So there's a SkyTrain station. It's called Saladeng. Oh my goodness, that's my rant. I needed to get it off my chest. Really. I struggle. I can't speak to people. There are family members that and friends that I avoid. I tried to, every time they talk about these topics, I don't, yes, no, no, I just instantly talk about something else, and I lose interest very quickly because it's upsetting me. I'm sure it's upsetting the radicals also. People not wearing a mask, you're a killer. People not vaccinating, you're a murderer. So they seem upset too. One of us is crazy. They like to think that it's me. I'm willing to accept that it is me. I'm off the charts crazy. I am insane for not trusting big government, big industry, for wanting to be an individual. I'm gonna chill, get to where I'm going. I'm gonna have a latte and a soda, lemon soda, and just take 15 minutes. Thankfully there's no kids where I'm going. Seeing infants wearing a mask, or two masks, two masks and a frigging face shield, and the dad's wearing plastic food gloves. If you're that scared, stay at home. There, I'm doing it. I've showed before. It's kind of nice and kind of a monstrosity also. I mean, what does that say? I can't read it, so what's the point? That graffiti. Things don't make any sense. It must be insane. That's a cemetery there. Trong Pai Ik Kap Bok. Yeah, Trong Pai Kai Sut Tanon Kap. There you go. So this is your last look. This part of Silom Road is now going into jewellery related and gemstones. You see, it's quite famous, Silom Road. Half shut down. Really sad. Some of these buildings have been owned by families for generations, and now they lose it and it goes into big business, big corporate owners. Nice transfer of wealth, right? How long can they stay shut? In there, all shut. Buildings that years ago you'd be like, oh, I wish I could buy that, but they'd never be for sale. 50, 60, 70 years they've not changed hands. They're changing hands now. Okay, I have arrived. Jotini Cup. Thank you. Might as well show you the entrance to where I'm going. Small department store in there, so a few restaurants. Down here, a few restaurants, some jewellery manufacturers, not many. Street food. Sausages. No thank you. I'll have none of that. Looks delicious. Some vendors are back. It's nice to see. here I am. Take a look, JTC, it stands for Jewelry Trade Center. I've done a video in here. Look at that. So many diamond dealers and gemstone dealers in here. It's fabulous. I used to come here maybe 4 or 5 times a year in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and now I'm coming here probably once a week. There we go. Yeah. Off. I'll edit that out. I always give the middle finger to the temperature thing. My kids think it's hilarious. I mean, they're gonna use gestures like that. Gestures like that exist, and they're gonna use it so long as they use it responsibly. Yeah, there's a time and a place, like I said earlier. So, thanks everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look at this, all sapphires. Yeah. If you want sapphires, this is one place. Orange, multicolored. Take a quick look. You alright, Johnny? I put you on YouTube, okay? I show people if they want sapphire to come here. Here, again, take a look. This is your place. Look at these. Isn't that amazing? Anyai Taurai Tiben Samroy Samsip kilo. How much is the big one? Per man? The big one, yeah. How much? Isn't that amazing? $1,500,000, about $50,000.
Back.
Yeah, 1.5 ล้านใช่ไหม
ใช่
เป็นประมาณ50,000 เหรียญ Bargain. Okay? If you want it, and you've got the money, I can arrange for shipping, okay? Sorry, Cap. Have a good day. I'll show you my little coffee place. Cafe de Chompu. There we go. I have arrived. Bye bye. Wear your masks.